Joining us now is Scotch and whisky expert Sam Brooks. Sam, thanks very much for talking to us here on GB News. Do you feel betrayed by the UK government here? Because they did make a commitment, didn't they, 4 years ago, to ensure the tax system was supporting Scottish whisky?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the increase is over 10%, which is actually the highest duty rise in almost 50 years. So they really have sort of backtracked, if you ask me. To put that into context, obviously a 46% standard ABV 700ml bottle of whisky will now have £10.18 duty applied, which is over 3.5 pence per 25 single measure. I think, as people have said before, producers are already being hit with skyrocketing production costs, with rent, energy, dry goods, transport, distribution costs. It seems endless. And then with your hospitality, with your pubs, your bars, restaurants, social clubs struggling to break even and stay open, it's a massive kick in the teeth.
What about the point, though, that's being made that this system of taxing on strength rather than category is beneficial for health? And as you've indicated, you know, the proof on some of these whiskies is pretty high and can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, but that's no indication of how much people are drinking. You know, somebody might have 1 dram of whiskey a week, and somebody might drink 10 pints of low alcohol lager a day. I mean, it's really down to the individual, and it's discriminating against preference of taste. You know, like many of your viewers have said, and the young lady that was on before, you know, she doesn't like drinking beer. She likes to have a glass of wine, and consumers are experiencing prolonged cost of living crisis. They're experiencing persistent high inflation, especially for food and drink. And some of the hard-working men and women of this great country, tragically, won't be able to enjoy the standard, you know, drink after work in a pub, or unwinding with a glass of wine or a dram at home with family and friends. And that is really tragic.
And the other aspect of this is, of course, the pandemic, the number of businesses that were forced to shut down, the impact it had on hospitality up and down the country, and it's still happening. And this is not going to help, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, many feel the government are attacking a sector that's already on its knees, and inevitably some won't be able to stay afloat, with obviously small to medium businesses most at risk. So, you know, it really is. It's going to have a big knock-on effect. People will lose their jobs because people won't be able to afford to pay them. So it's really, really going to be a massive kick in the teeth for the whole industry.
Now, you've got a very interesting-looking cabinet behind you there, which looks very secure, I think, for obvious reasons, bearing in mind the cost now of some of these bottles. Just give us an idea what sort of top of the tree and how much more expensive that will be now.
Well, I mean, it's huge. You know, you're talking about a pure litre of alcohol going from £28.74 duty to £31.64. So, you know, it depends on how high strength the whiskey is. But, you know, we've got a Macallan on sale through our independent bottlers, which is vintage bottlers, for £5,570 per bottle. So that's going to go up considerably.
Yeah, we'll just let that sink in. That may be sort of once a year rather than once a week. You're going to have Christmas. A tipple of that. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, every 10 years. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much indeed for updating us there. And, of course, we'll continue to get some reaction to these figures. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.